welcome to Family Gamer TV. We're looking at the toy box in Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Superheroes in the Disney booth, and I've got John Day again on hand, producer on Infinity, so you know all about this. So where should we start?
Well, okay, so here we are in the toy box, and just as it was in Infinity 1, the toy box is a place for you to build and create with all of these different toys from all these different worlds and properties that you can mix and match any way you like. Now, we've started with kind of this nice cityscape that feels a little bit like some of the play sets we were in, but we can change this at any time, just as before. I can use the magic wand, I can select pieces of the buildings, I can delete them, I can grab them and move them, and I can bring in all sorts of toys and pieces from all throughout Disney to sort of decorate and modify the way this world looks. Now,
these items you would win in the game, is that right?
That's right, that's right. Some of them will come in the game, some of them will come with the play sets. So for example, that hover car that we used in Spider-Man, I can bring that, once I've earned it in the play set, I can bring that in here. Now, one of the things that the community told us is that they love the power and the ability to build things, but it would be nice if from time to time it was maybe a little bit faster or easier to build things on a large scale.
Yeah, my kids would say that.
You know, I think a lot of people feel that way. So if you do like to build things one piece at a time, we have not taken that away. You still very much have that available. But we also have these toys that we call creators. And what creators do is they procedurally generate types of terrain. Yeah. So this is one of my very favorites. This is called the Treehouse Creator. I'm going to put it about here. And all I place is a single piece. Once it, oh, did I actually place it? Give me a minute.
Try that again.
Let me actually get it down on the ground. There we go. And you'll see it just takes off going, and it starts building a treehouse without me doing anything.
Oh, and that treehouse will be different each time you put it down. It's procedural.
Every single time. And it's intelligent, so it knows to avoid running into the buildings that it's surrounded by and everything. And in just a matter of moments, I now have this treehouse. And we have these creators.
That's very cool. I like it.
Yeah. We have creators for just about everything. We've got them for racetracks, we've got them for rail grinds, we have them for cities, forests. This is another one of my very favorites. I'm a bit of a fantasy geek, and this is one of our castle creators. So what I do is I select, you know, kind of roughly the volume I want for my castle, give it a bit of height, and now just by pressing A, it's going to automatically fill that with all these carefully connected castle pieces. And it's important to remember that this is not a prefab castle like the Disney castle was in Infinity 1. I still have the individual pieces that I can grab, that I can move, that I can manipulate, so that I can correct this or modify it after it's been put together. So you still have all of the power of what we had in Infinity 1. You can build everything a piece at a time if you want, and we have more toys and pieces than we ever have before. But at the same time, if you want to throw down a couple of quick bits and have a fully built toy box that is totally unique, you can do that in a matter of minutes.
Oh, that's great. And there were little creator characters as well that popped up there.
Yes, yes, yes. So let me get back there. So we call those guys the builders. And the builders do kind of similar to what the creators do, but they do it constantly throughout the world. They run around and just kind of build stuff. I can bring in Eve here. She's the forest builder, and by placing her down, she will wander around the world and haphazardly place trees around places that she finds appropriate.
And doing your work for you.
Exactly.
So my kids cottoned onto this, and they were like, "Can't we get a homework builder? Come and do my homework."
Maybe in the future we'll look at that. But the builders do cooperate as well. So I can bring in the builder for the castle and the builder for the forest, and you'll see they will work around each other in kind of an intelligent way.
Now, one thing I found a bit difficult in the first game was actually building up enough pieces, because you had to earn them in the game, and then you'd spin to win and collect them. Is it quicker this time to build up a nice toy box of stuff?
Yes, we again, we have listened to the community. We do not have the toy spinner anymore. It no longer exists. So you get toys a couple of ways. You earn them in the play sets. Either they are granted to you in the toy, here in the toy box just when you start, and then lastly, we do have a toy store where you purchase them with the sparks that you earn the entire time you're playing.
Oh, so but you're choosing rather than random.
Exactly, you're choosing the ones you want.
That's the way.
Yeah. Cool. So like I said, we've learned that's the way we're going to be doing things from now on. We let you choose what you want, just like we do everywhere else in Infinity. Right.
Cool. So what else is there to see in this toy box?
Let's see. Well, we've announced, but we're not showing today, that we do have interior spaces in the toy box. We'll be showing those a little more in the future, but they are, just as the toy box, it's something that's totally customizable and buildable, but it's an interior space, like a house or a base or a castle, that you can decorate up any way you like.
And the starter packs will come with 2 of those hexagonal crystal discs, is that right? Where give you a start, like a mini game?
Yeah. Let me grab one. I've got one here. Just a moment. So this is a hexagonal power disc, but it's a little bit different. You'll see it has a little bit of a form to it on the top. This is a toy box game. This takes you into a fully functioning, sort of structured game experience, but it all happens within the toy box. This one is Assault on Asgard, which is a kind of like a tower defense style game. So I can put this down, and this then allows me to go into the Assault on Asgard, and we can play this very full-featured game. Now, important to recognize that everything about this game that we're going to play, a player could recreate with the toys available in the toy box. This is something that you can make. We have all the pieces that you would need. And by playing through this, the players do earn more toys for the toy box, like some of the towers and traps that we get in Assault on Asgard, we can then take into the toy box and use to build our own things as well.
Cool, it sounds really good. It's a game within a game.
Exactly, it's a game within a game within a game, really. I mean, the toy box is part of Infinity. Yeah. This is part of the toy box.
It's getting very meta.
Yeah, indeed. Well, ultimately, you know, we try to give the player as many options as we can. Right, okay. So here we are. We're in this kind of tower defense world. We've got the Casket of Ancient Winters, and you can see we're about to have some people show up that we need to deal with. So first, I'm able to select the traps that I want. I only get to pick 2 of them. So I'll go ahead and pick this one and this one. That'll work. Okay. Oh, wrong button, there we go. Right, okay. And now we're gonna place a couple of these, see if we can do a bit of damage.
So this typical sort of tower defense style where we're getting ready for an onslaught of enemies, and so we need to be tactical about where we put them.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. You've got to plan ahead. They're only coming from 2 directions now, but they may come from more directions in the future. So we'll place a few of these, and we'll see how we go. Right. And they're off. Now I do of course have the ability to not only use the towers, but I can use my character and whatever abilities he's earned to help me out as well.
And so, you could play this in 2-player split screen, I guess?
You can, absolutely, yeah. And here we go. Let's use the special move. Open up with that. And you can see a few of them are already getting through. My defenses, I clearly didn't place them adequately. But if I can manage to survive every wave of this, not easy, mind you, I can move on to the next level, unlock more of these traps, get more of these levels to play. And that's all just on this 1 power disc that does come included in the starter pack.
So could you take that and then change it, take that as a starting point for your own game and tweak it yourself?
Well, you will earn the toys that are used here, but I don't have the ability to modify this world with the tools, so I can't actually directly edit this, but all of these pieces I can get, yeah.
So do we have the other toy box mini game on disc here?
We don't. I'm looking around. We don't. We do have two toy box games we've announced thus far. We do have the Assault on Asgard, and we also have the sort of a dungeon crawl like one as well that takes place in a different world. Right. But we only have the one here today to show. So I've beaten my first wave. I can continue to place a few more of these towers. Hopefully have a few good things happen, and so on.
And as I understand it, there's been thousands, millions of toy box worlds created, and some of those have been picked and shared by Disney. But some of the creators also have been brought on as sort of employees or something. How's that working?
Well, we're very, very proud of that. You know, a lot of people ask me all the time, how do I get to work in the games industry? How do I do that? And my answer is always the same. It's, you know, you really need to try your hand at it. There are a lot of games out there, Infinity included, that allow you to try making a game, making a world, really kind of try your hand and see if you like it and practice. And very, very proud to say that, you know, we had a great response from the community to build up all these worlds and submit them to us. And we have hired, I believe it's 3 now, of those that were working on toy boxes that are now working with us, designing the toys for the toy boxes in the future.
So if viewers are watching, wondering how they can get into the industry, then creating some amazing Disney Infinity toy box adventures is one way to do it. So how do you have to then submit those up to Disney? How does that work?
Right, okay. So within the toy box, we can submit a world to Disney through Disney ID. You create your Disney ID account, just takes a moment, you can do it all through the game, and then you can then send and submit your world to Disney where it will be curated and then published if it's something that Disney's truly impressed with. Now, we also have a new ability moving forward to share the toy boxes with people that are on your friends list without them necessarily needing to be curated. So you don't have to be one of the 5 toy boxes of the week to kind of get your toy box out for at least your friends to see. Right.